Hi and welcome back to my channel. In this video we're going to be looking at what blessings are headed your way. So there are three groups to choose from. Group 1 is the Citrine, along with this group of oracle cards. Group 2 is the Selenite, along with this group of oracle cards. And group 3 is the Raspberry Quartz, along with this group of oracle cards. So if you want to take a moment to center, focus on your breathing, feel whichever group, maybe multiple groups, perhaps all of the groups that you are most drawn to today. And I'll give you a minute to make your selection, and there are timestamps for each group in the description box of this video. Hi, Group 1. You chose the Citrine, so I'm going to go ahead and put that right up here. And we'll start with these oracle cards to see what blessings are headed your way. We've got support, rest and rejuvenation, power of attraction, and yin-yang, creating harmony through balance. So you're attracting somebody in, some support, and some help, some assistance with something. This can be with a creative project or something to do with work, with business. So maybe this is somebody that you will be collaborating with, somebody that will be giving you some feedback or really helping you to kind of hone and refine your craft, your business, whatever it is that your creative pursuits. So this could be a mentor or a teacher. This could be a friend, a new friend, or a group of friends, or some kind of community that you are magnetizing in, you're gravitating toward, that you are both kind of making your way towards each other. And this can be somebody then that offers support in terms of a shoulder to cry on, a shoulder to lean on, someone that can give you some feedback, some positivity, someone that can really uplift you, kind of be your cheerleader, or really help you to maybe see things, situations in your life from angles and perspectives that you had previously not considered. And so that can really help you with making decisions, moving forward with things. This can also be that some of you are attracting in a soulmate. So this could be somebody that you have known previously. Maybe you have found yourself in kind of a runner-chaser dynamic with somebody, a twin flame dynamic with that yin-yang card coming out here. And you've been in a period of separation. The connection's been kind of on hold, or you've both kind of been in your separate corners doing your healing, doing your growth work. And so this can indicate for some of you that you're attracting that person back in. You're both magnetizing each other to each other because some healing and some ascension and evolution has taken place. And so you are coming together as more balanced versions of yourselves within each other. And then this is also then the possibility of creating more balance in the dynamic between the both of you. This can also be that you are attracting in a new soulmate. somebody from your soul tribe, somebody you may have had past lives with, you may have incarnated with before. And, that this person will really balance you out, that you'll both really complement each other in terms of your strengths and weaknesses. You really kind of play off each other in that sense. You can support each other. And, again, kind of, as I was saying with, the friends or the community that you could be magnetizing in, that this person will really be kind of a sounding board for you, somebody to both support your dreams and also give you some suggestions about, things that you could work on, that you could improve upon, as well as being really a cheerleader, somebody that, will encourage you, will help you, will kind of give you that motivation to continue to pursue being the best version of self, being that goal. This is somebody that in either the friend capacity or something to do with your business, your work, or in a romantic sense, that this is definitely partnership energy. This is somebody that, will be very valuable to you at this point in your journey and going forward. They will be somebody that their opinion, you're going to really cherish that. You're going to, hold that in high esteem. It's going to be somebody that, you come to respect. For the way in which, the relationship really is kind of this mutual nurturing of each other. I feel that there's a lot of reciprocity in this. There's a lot of equal give and take. Again, it's very balanced with that yin yang energy, and also this energy of support. And so if you might have been feeling kind of depleted in certain areas of your life, like you were just maybe shouldering a lot of burdens all on your own, that this is really going to help alleviate some of that. It's going to really rejuvenate you. This relationship with this person and whatever capacity that they show up for you, group one, that this is going to be something that your soul has really been thirsting for, this kind of kindred spirit energy. Where again, maybe you've been working really hard, you've been going through a lot of healing, a lot of growth, a lot of ascension, or just taking on a lot of responsibility on your own, maybe running a business, starting a business, or, even if this is like in a coworker capacity. So you could have had, shouldering a lot of the responsibilities at work. You could be working somewhere that's kind of understaffed, or, maybe a lot of people have, say, gone out on maternity leave, and then it's put a lot of the responsibility on you, for example, to kind of pick up that slack. Or there's just been a lot of turnover. And so in that sense, whoever comes in, it's going to give you that space to really, kind of help you shoulder that workload, that burden, give you some more time to, just really put some more energy and effort and a lot of detail-oriented energy into the tasks and the projects at hand, whereas you might have just been trying to kind of rush through things, working a lot, working overtime, putting in a lot of effort, maybe, cutting your lunch break short, or, doing work on the weekends, for example, on your off time, just to, get everything accomplished. And so when this person comes in, it's really going to give you that space to, take that full lunch break, take that long lunch break to really, have some time to just get up, stretch your legs, walk around, and again, to really manage that workload with a teammate, a team player. In the friend capacity, in the romantic capacity, again, this relationship will really help to fill your soul in terms of, the other things in your world that you have been focusing on. And, maybe you've just really been going through some things alone and not really having anyone to resonate with, anyone to, that could kind of understand what you're going through, or was, vibrating at your level. Maybe you've been going through like a dark night of the soul. And so people that you once resonated with are kind of falling away from your life. And, you find yourself at this kind of winter stage where, there's a lot that's fallen away, and you're waiting for kind of those new people, those new experiences, those new souls to kind of come in. And so this is indicating that this is on the horizon for you, both in, the friendship, the community, or the romantic capacity, just as it resonates for you, group one. And this could also be several people that are coming in. So this could be like a new friend and, a soulmate coming in, or some kind of new community, some new group that, you know, you cross paths with, in addition to, you know, maybe some help or some assistance with your business, with work. It could be all three, any combination of that. But it's something that's really going to transform the way that you are going through your day-to-day life, the way that you are kind of dealing with turmoil, with challenges, that it's really going to help you just have that other perspective, that sounding board, and really that energetic support, even in the sense of like with friends or with community or even coworkers. It feels that there'll be a friendly dynamic to that. Even with the soulmate, you know, you'll have this element of friendship between the both of you. Maybe you start off as friends first and then it blossoms into romance, but it's something that brings a lot of joy, a lot of kind of lighthearted, as opposed to really, you know, heavy and kind of conflict-oriented energies you might have been dealing with in the past, that, you know, you really will resonate with this person or with these people. You'll really vibe together. And so in that sense, there's going to be a feeling of being understood, and a feeling of belonging, and a feeling of kinship. Again, this is somebody that in some capacity you've had past lives with. They're part of your soul tribe in whatever kind of genre this fits into your life, coworker, friends, or romance. This is someone you've been with before, and at this point in time, you know, you're here to really support each other in a myriad of ways, primarily energetically, and to really, again, help to kind of unstick some maybe kind of burdened energies, or, you know, some feelings of being kind of alone, or not really, you know, having companionship, not really having anyone that can understand what you're going through, or that is, you know, interested, willing, or able to help you with some of these things. And so this is really going to be a blessing in that sense, a breath of fresh air of somebody that, you know, you're working well with, you're really meshing well with, your energies blend very well together, your work styles, your, you know, your thoughts, your views on life, your views on love. And so this looks to be a very successful and fulfilling and a long-term partnership in whatever capacity that it applies for you, group one, when this person or people come in. So let's take a look at the tarot to get a little more clarification for you about what this blessing, what's this going to look like for you? Okay, so we have the Seven of Wands. So this is definitely that energy of, you know, you've been shouldering a lot of burdens on your own. You've really been fighting some battles on your own. Not a lot of assistance around you, either literally in the material sense, or I'm feeling primarily energetically. Maybe you're not really resonating with a lot of people. You've gone through this kind of ascension journey, and, you know, the people that from your past, maybe people, you know, in your environment, in your family, for example, they're not really understanding you. They're not really, you know, able to necessarily support you in the ways in which you need. Maybe they don't understand, you know, your goals, or, you know, your approach to life, your work ethic. And so there's a sense of really recently having to, you know, defend your beliefs, defend your methods, defend your, you know, your position. If this is a work situation where, you know, you're shouldering all these burdens yourself, and you've been playing a large role in keeping, you know, the company afloat, keeping, you know, your department operating smoothly, with all of this kind of incoming energy, these incoming demands, and you've been the one kind of dealing with that, sort of putting out fires on your own. And we've got the Knight of Swords. So this person is coming in very quickly for you. This energy, you know, it's going to rush in very suddenly. It's going to maybe catch you off guard. Like if it's the work situation, you don't even know that, you know, maybe the company's looking to hire, and all of a sudden you come in one day and there's, you know, a new coworker, there's an assistant for you. There's somebody, you know, maybe that's promoted from somewhere else within the company, and, you know, you're told, you know, that this person is here, they're here to help you, maybe help you with some backlogs, some overflow, you know, trying to help you catch up with things. So it's very sudden. it's very clear also what, the purpose of this is, or who this person is for you. It's very clear that this person is, they're there to support you. This person, even if it's in like a friendship capacity or a romantic capacity, I feel that, when you intersect with this energy, it's gonna click with you that this is a person that, you can lean on with support, that this person's intentions are known to you. They have this energy of wanting to fight beside you, wanting to really, conquer obstacles with you. A real sense of support, a real sense of partnership, somebody that you can really rely on, that you can really trust, someone that's very trustworthy, very true to their word, is very, attentive, very detail oriented, very observant person as well. So again, with either the coworker or, friends, community, or even the romantic soulmate, the romantic partner that could be coming in, that, this person is really going to see some things that you maybe are not seeing, but in a very, not a cruel or unkind way, but in a very, even if the information they're relaying to you, the nature of it might be really calling things into question, things you've been, focusing on, or ways of doing things. I feel that their method of delivery is going to be very peaceful. It's not going to really trigger you or make you feel threatened, but it's going to be straight to the point. They're going to point out some things. It's going to make sense. They're going to offer you and provide you with a lot of clarity as far as things you could be doing better, things that maybe have outgrown their use, their utility, even if that's mindsets, and that, it's almost going to be opening you up to a different way of looking at things, or a different way of doing things, as opposed to really criticizing and saying, well, you should be doing this differently. That through example, they're going to show you another way of being or doing or thinking. And in that sense, it's going to cause you to, just kind of shift that perspective, shift that approach, shift that methodology to, kind of align with them. And what you are observing is working very well with them in terms of their energy, their attitude, the methods, the actual literal technical methods that they're doing with something. We've also got temperance. So again, this balance that really is restored in your life when this person comes in. And also this is this energy of your energies and work styles and worldviews, views on love, on life, really complementing each other. And this is something where, it could almost, as you're getting to know this person, there could be, just these kind of odd little similarities between the both of you, things that you've both, similarly been through. Little things that you enjoy that maybe, are just kind of peculiar, sort of niche kind of things where, maybe you've not a particular, song or a particular hobby or some kind of food, something like that, that's really, you've not really encountered anybody else that's ever like that, or heard of that, or known that, or, really vibed with that before. And this person will, or this group of people, in some way, again, it's kind of building in these very intricate ways, in these very kind of personalized and very unique and kind of quirky sort of ways, this friendship between the both of you, to where, as these kind of little things become known, these kind of, anticipating the needs of others, and again, really resonating on, some deep levels that maybe you haven't really shared with others, or others haven't been able to really understand or, work with in the past, that this connection at this deep level, this soul level, it's really going to feel, again, that this is a kindred spirit, that this is, somebody who's part of your soul tribe, that, it's almost divine intervention, that this person comes in at this point in time when you need them the most, when you are just feeling so, drained or burdened, feeling very alone, feeling very misunderstood. And it very much is an apparent blessing, emotionally, that offers you a lot of alleviation of stress, feelings of isolation, again, feelings of maybe being misunderstood, or, not having anyone to really lean on, anyone to really, bounce ideas off of even. Maybe you're a highly spiritual person, you've gone through a spiritual awakening, and the people in your environment, they aren't operating on that level. They're very maybe mundanely focused. They aren't into spirituality, or, they just, their focus is elsewhere. things they want to talk about and do are not in resonance with you. And so it leaves you feeling very isolated and kind of alone, misunderstood with, your interests or the way you are viewing life or choosing to live your life. And so when this person or this community comes in, it's somebody that even in a work capacity, there's going to be an element of friendship there where you click with this person, and that relationship, it exceeds whatever the, parameters are, whatever these circumstances are. Like if it's the soulmate, the romantic soulmate, there's this deep friendship that, this bond between the both of you that, it is an equal measure, but even in certain ways kind of outweighs that energy of love where, it's this energy of a best friend, or, it's the coworker that then you become, you quickly become friends with this person on a very like personal and deep level. Or, if it's this community, this friend that you meet, that you're resonating with, they quickly start to feel like family to you, very supportive in that sense. So a lot of balance in the connection, a lot of, resonant energy between you and this person or people. And, it alleviates a lot of these kind of stuck or burdened or kind of empty feelings that you might have been having prior to this. And we've also got the Three of Pentacles. So definitely, a foundation is being built very quickly and very steadily, very intricately with this person. It's a soul familiarity. And again, the things that you share in common, even just the ways that, your strengths and your flaws really complement each other, really balance each other out so that you're able to, come together and fit very nicely together in terms of work styles, in terms of, views on love, on life, on just everything. Your interests, that your hobbies, they're going to mesh very well together. So in all three of those scenarios, friends, coworker, or romantic soulmate, that this is something that you're able to then. This relationship helps you to build some other things in your life, in your material world. Maybe this person, through the things that you talk about or the encouragement that they give you or the guidance they give you, it helps you to really set out to develop some other things, maybe start some new hobbies, start some kind of new business, or, start some kind of community group of your own, some kind of place where others, to attract other like-minded souls. It's something that, together in partnership with this person, you both really, you help to improve the state of each other's material world, worldview even, views on even spirituality or your journey in this lifetime. And we have the Seven of Swords. So this is really talking about, some ideas that, you're really picking up from this person, ways of looking at things, maybe even looking at a workload. And this person has some different time management skills than you do, some different approaches or methods. And there's a lot that you take from this person, a lot in terms of inspiration that you take from them, from their methods, from their mind. I feel that conversation, you're going to take a lot away from the talks that you have with this person, a lot of deep insights, a lot of deep wisdoms, that this isn't just superficial and, just kind of small talk chit chat, but you and this person or these people will really get into some deep topics, some philosophical topics. Even if it's just you're talking about very basic matters, the way that you're bouncing ideas off each other, it's going to be something that resonates at a very deep soul level. It's going to, make some other things click. It's going to lead to some epiphanies and aha moments for you in different ways. And again, just their approach. And this is very, mutual. This is very vice versa. So your approach or your outlook on certain things, they're going to learn a lot from that too. It's going to be a very mutually beneficial relationship where, this person can also help you to leave behind, to kind of, disassociate yourself from maybe some people that you're not resonant with anymore, but you're just, they're still in your energy and they're kind of bogging you down. And this person kind of gives you that perspective to, walk away from something, maybe a relationship that's kind of stale or past its prime. Then this person or this group can really, through that energetic exchange, through the ideas that you share, the conversations that are had, the insights, the wisdom, it can help you, really move beyond that, move in another direction, move toward something which, you might have been, again, holding on to for way too long. And this can even be, you know, outdated patterns of thinking. If it's something in the workplace, again, maybe some kind of process, some way of doing things, or looking at the tasks at hand. They're going to give you a different perspective of, you know, things you're doing that maybe are, you know, they're taking more time than they are giving into the accomplishment of what you need to do. And we also have the star. So this relationship with this person, it's gonna, you know, it's gonna feel like the stars are aligned when this person comes in. You both are gonna really resonate with each other on a deep level. This is, you know, a soulmate. This is somebody on all levels. They are, you know, because there's many different kinds of soulmates. This is definitely somebody who's part of your soul tribe, somebody you've had incarnations with before, and, you know, at this point in time in both of your physical lives in this incarnation, you've chosen to come back together, you know, really kind of at this point of feeling really burdened, really, you know, like things are dark or kind of lonely. And, you know, you come into each other's lives, you magnetize into each other's lives at just the right time to really support each other, really, you know, fill each other emotionally and help to kind of release some of those burdensome thoughts, feelings, and energy. And I feel that you really, both of you restore some hope in each other in terms of, you know, finding those resonant souls, having really, you know, done some shifts or standing in your authenticity and your individuality. And, you know, maybe it's just been crickets for a while. There's not, you know, you're not really encountering any kind of people that resonate with you, or very few of them, or maybe they're, you know, people that are at a distance, for example, and you're not sure how to really, you know, get in contact with them or really develop something on a personal or, you know, kind of an intimate level. And that this person, for both of you, but it's something where it's a real kind of beacon of hope, that there's hope out there, that there's others that are like-minded, that, you know, the people that may no longer resonate with you, that this is not kind of an eternal void. It almost feels like a void has been created in some way in your life where you've been carrying a lot, whether actual responsibilities or just emotions, or, you know, kind of an elevated mindset. And it's been a void of other kind of tangible, like-minded souls around you. But then, you know, it's kind of like the star, the first star that appears in the night sky. It's sort of a harbinger of others to come. This is almost like the first of several or of many kind of like-minded, resonant souls or people that are really going to help to fill your life, help to really uplift you and applaud you and understand you on the level that you have evolved to, since you have kind of moved beyond whatever, you know, kind of lifestyle or the status quo of the way things were before. And, you know, it's an indicator, it's a beacon of, you know, this person, this relationship being very important, but just almost kind of like the beginning of a series of, you know, subsequent soulmates or resonant souls, or, you know, people that are going to start to come in at just the right time when you need them and when you need each other. So let's get some guidance from Spirit as far as, you know, what to keep in mind as this blessing, this person, this people, as they are, you know, kind of making their way, as you're magnetizing one another into each other's lives, into each other's awareness, into each other's sphere. What do you need to keep in mind at this point? Okay, so we have variance. So this is really, to me, saying that this person, if it's like in a romantic sense, a soulmate, this could be somebody that's different from your usual type and expectation. Even the, you know, the friend, or, you know, the coworker, the help with work, this could be different. It could be different than what your expectation was, as far as maybe the solution to a problem, or, you know, kind of resonant souls that you meet in a circumstance that where you weren't really necessarily looking for it. It's kind of something unexpected that kind of pops up very suddenly, but it's very clear to you, the significance of that. And we also have nourish. So there's that great confirmation of, you know, you both really nourishing each other. This person really kind of restoring your hope and your faith that, you know, that help is out there, help is on the way, that you don't just have to go this alone, whatever this is, whether it's, you know, physical, kind of like a burden of a workload, or, you know, just kind of carrying this kind of ascended and awakened view on the world, on life, on love, on, you know, the soul's purpose, that this person really helps to fill your cup, you help to fill their cup. It's a very mutual and symbiotic relationship that you have with each other. And we also have wellness. So definitely you both, this contributes to, you know, your emotional wellness, to, for some of you, even, you know, your physical wellness, as you're given that, you know, that help with something, whether it's, you know, a shoulder to cry on, somebody to really bounce ideas off of, process things with. It helps your emotional well-being. If it's a workload, this gives you some time to really rest, to, you know, enjoy your free time, to not, you know, be kind of crushed under the stress of deadlines or workloads, that this really helps to alleviate some of that, so you have some breathing room. In terms of a romantic soulmate, this can also really heal some kind of like past heartbreaks that you might have been carrying around with you, some hopelessness as far as love goes, that it really restores hope, and it moves you more in the direction of a state of wellness, of, you know, this heart healing, of restoring your faith and love again, and really experiencing the very nurturing and nourishing energies of reciprocal love. So I'm going to close this reading for you, group one, with some just kind of closing words, guidance from spirit about this connection, or these multiple connections that could be coming in for you. Okay. We have Lolita, the red goddess. Playfulness is a spiritual power. Laughter leads me back to the light. So this is just Spirit's way of letting you know that, you know, this, you're going to have some good times with this person. Some very positive and uplifting experiences with others. Sharing laughter, inside jokes, very, you know, if you might have been dealing with some kind of heavy or burdensome feelings, difficult relationships, you know, kind of conflict, as people kind of fall away or, you know, start to vibrate away from each other, that this is Spirit's way of letting you know that there is some positivity that's coming back to you, in the sense of, you know, people that you can really see eye to eye with, have a good time with. Really just, you know, as much as they can help you to alleviate some of these burdens, a lot of that is really going to take place in the sense of adding some, you know, some joy and some enjoyment, a sense of connectedness, a sense of kinship, of, you know, being understood and understanding. So a lot of laughter and some good times are on the horizon. This is very uplifting energy in the form of a person or multiple people that are coming in. And again, I feel that the relationship is going to exceed the boundaries of whatever the nature of it is. So it can be like a coworker that quickly becomes a friend, a romantic partner that becomes, you know, a best friend, friends that become like family. And it's just, it transcends those kind of barriers, and in many ways helps to nourish and really uplift you. And so if you've been feeling kind of alone, isolated, you've gone through some heavy kind of, you know, darkness, dark night of the soul, some purging, some kind of restructuring of your life, or, you know, your beliefs or the people that are around you, then, you know, this reading is confirmation that, you know, you are actively and quickly attracting in experiences and people who are really going to, they're going to like what they see. They're going to vibrate with you. They're going to understand you. They're going to really help to uplift you and fill your life. And that this period of maybe loneliness, or, you know, being overwhelmed or feeling like you're going at it alone, is quickly coming to an end, and some good times are on the horizon for you. So those are your messages, group one. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, share. If you would like a personal reading, I offer them through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I also sell handmade jewelry and some divination tools in my Etsy shop if you're interested in checking those out as well. So I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Group 2 chose the Selenite. So I'm going to start with these oracle cards to see what blessings are headed your way. We have children, cornucopia, beyond the mind, the heart beats, and tree of life, fertility, creativity, destiny, magical blessings. So right away, I'm picking up for some of you that if you have been wanting to have a child, that this could definitely be on the horizon for you, that you are entering a very fertile time in terms of your mind, energetically, even biologically. And so this is definitely a distinct possibility for some of you. If this is something that, you know, you're not really looking maybe to have children at this point in time, at this stage, then that can also be some guidance right there to kind of take some necessary precautions or measures, because again, very, you know, fertile time here for a lot of you. In terms of not in regards to physical children, this is definitely a period of time that you are in. The blessing that's coming to you is the birth of some kind of new idea or something new that you're creating. I'm feeling that for most of you, this is in regards to some kind of a creative endeavor, really bringing that out into the world, creating a business, creating artwork, creating something that just leads to a lot of abundance for you. Some kind of epiphany or inspiration comes to you very suddenly, almost in dreams is what I'm feeling, that you just have some idea as far as maybe a new endeavor or some kind of new creative project, some kind of idea within your mind. And this card right here, we've got this little nest with these eggs, so some kind of an idea hatches for you, and you know, you have this sudden surge of divine inspiration to try something, to do something, to invest your time into something. This can also indicate some spiritual gifts that are coming online for you, some kind of new spiritual gift. That in some way, shape, or form is going to really assist you in terms of your creative life, or creatively creating the type of life you want to experience. Something that is going to really kind of be enhanced within you in terms of your abilities of manifestation as well. So something is manifesting in the material world. And this can even be, you know, a creative pursuit that you've been doing for a while, something you've been trying, something you've been investing some time in, and it suddenly, you know, takes off. It blossoms almost overnight. It's born into something bigger than you could have imagined it. And it's definitely the makings of a legacy here. So this is not something where this is just, you know, let's say you're a painter and, you know, okay, you sell a painting and so then you've got some cash. No, this is something where, you know, it's somehow it takes off and your paintings become in high demand. And so, you know, this creative energy, this output, it really, it's recognized, and it leads to, you know, that becomes then your career. Then you can consider yourself, when people say, what do you do for a living? I am a painter, you know, and that's supported by, you know, you making a healthy living off of this, you finding some success, you know, gaining some success off of this, very suddenly, and again, almost like overnight, like an overnight sensation, or again, something you've been kind of gestating, you've been working on, you've been planning, you've been putting a lot of energy into, you've been in this period of like waiting for this growth to happen. And now is the time for that abundance to pop, to kind of burst forth. You're stepping into this season of abundance. And this abundance is going to really, in whatever form this takes for you, I'm really feeling creativity for a lot of you, group 2, but this can even just be that some major kind of like tangible, real world, what you can see and touch and taste, abundance is coming into your life. And that a lot of this is being sparked. It's the result of you having cultivated an abundance mindset. So the affirmations that you've been doing are going to start to manifest for you. This kind of, the law of attraction, if you've really been focused on that, if you've been putting those, practices into play in your life, if you've been very diligent in that, with prayer and, following that up with concise, concrete action, that you're going to see results. And the blessing is going to be, it's going to be an abundance that's beyond what you could imagine. Like you may have had some kind of vision for yourself, but what shows up for you, it's greater than what you could have imagined. So, for some of you, like with literal children, this could be, the blessing of a child and just the feeling and experience of that giving birth to a human being, and kind of what that awakens in you, that connectedness, that building of a legacy. It's beyond what you could have imagined. And so, there's an abundance in that, a long lasting abundance in that relationship and that feeling. For others of you, again, it's this, this creative project or this skill or this ability or something you've been investing your time in, you've been really nurturing and nourishing, and you get that recognition, you get that fame, you get that acclaim, you are in high demand, to where this is something where, you can sustain yourself, you're making a living, not just getting by, but you're making a very comfortable living off of whatever this is, that it's something that which is sustaining you. It's really bringing a lot of physical material abundance into your life. It's something that, you're able to, and this isn't just fleeting, this is something that's very, like with this tree of life, it's very long lasting. This is like legacy material here. It's something where, you're being recognized, your talents are being recognized, or, you're discovered, for example. And it's something where, a wide range of people are really seeing that. They're seeing something unique, something special, something very sacred in what it is that you are doing as well. And it's that component that really is helping to nourish and nurture and lies beneath the surface of whatever the kind of the material or the apparent or the real world success or abundance is for you. So let's get some tarot to get some clarification about this for you, group 2. What is this? What is this energy, this abundance, this success, this opulence that could be coming in for you? Because I'm getting that too with this cornucopia card, is again opulence and like financial abundance, financial security, really, making a very comfortable living off of whatever it is, that you're doing, that it really, fills you and makes you feel very comfortable and full. And if you've kind of been in this stage of really doing without, of having been making sacrifices in order to nurture something that, you're about to see the payoff in that. Okay, so we have the sun. So this is very joyous energy, happy energy. You're stepping into, this is a very welcome blessing. This is a profound blessing that's going to change a lot of things, basically going to change everything in your life. This is life-changing blessing energy here. For some of you with the sun, this can definitely resonate as a literal child, some kind of, pregnancy or, aligning even with somebody who is going to be the parent of your child, of your future children. That can be this, this blessing as well, is that, also with this tree of life, and we've got, I'm drawn to the heart there at the bottom of this, that, this can be entering into that partnership, intersecting with that person that is that life partner, again, that you're going to reproduce with, have literal children with. But for others of you, that this is something where, you're giving birth to this legacy of creativity, something that you do, something that you produce and you've been putting out there, something that, has your energetic signature on it, something that is very unique to you, that you have crafted, that you have honed, that you have really, nurtured and invested time in, and perfecting the skill and, the attention to detail. And you've poured all this love into this, all this intention into this. You've planted those seeds, you've watered them, you've waited, and now is the harvest time. Now is your time in the spotlight. It's your time in the sun. It's your time to shine. We've also got the 10 of Wands. So this is something you could have been working at for a very long time. You could have, again, sacrificed a lot in order to really feed this dream, to really nurture this passion, to really, invest in whatever this pursuit is. It's something that, you've been working hard, you've been working for a long time. You've invested a lot of time and energy into it, and you're at that end point right now of really that, having planted the seeds, watered them, waiting, carrying that, that energy of believing that your dreams can manifest, carrying that intention of, acting as if until it shall be, that you're at this point, you're at this threshold of it is going to become, it is here, it is now, that period of, just kind of, embodying what it is that you want to attract, almost like in the romantic sense, becoming that partner that you want to be with. Becoming all of those things that you want to attract in another, that you've been doing that, you've been holding that vibration, whatever this vibration is of abundance, of, this hope, this dream, you've been holding that very effectively for quite a while. And you are now at that point where, that is coming to fruition. You have magnetized that in. It's about to, make itself known to you. It's about to emerge, kind of like with this cornucopia, like if you have, a vegetable garden, for example, and the vegetables are kind of growing, the little, the first little sprouts, the flowers, and these kind of little nubbins of the vegetables, and they're there, and they kind of take their time, and then literally you wake up one morning and all of a sudden then there's color among those green leaves, there's squash, there's, ripe, the tomato is ripe, the apple is ripe, the fruit is ripe. It literally happens like overnight, where you go from this period of not yet, of still waiting, of being on that brink, being on that precipice, having patience, and then you're there, you're at the harvest day. Now's the time to do that. Now's the time where that bounty is available for you. So that's definitely this energy here for you, group 2, where, you're at that point right now where that bounty is going to be available for you. That refreshment is available for you. The rewards of your efforts are here now. And we also have the 7 of Pentacles. So yeah, that's that energy of, seeds well planted. And you've been in this point of, really having tended these dreams, tended that garden, holding that high vibration, that abundance mindset, that feeling of worthiness, being worthy and deserving and open to the blessings that, the universe will give to you in divine timing. And this is really a signal here that, you've been waiting on divine timing, but with the Sun card, that time is now, it's here. Something is about to, really burst forth magnificently for you. It's about to nourish you, not just in terms of, the physical success or the physical kind of opulence or abundance, security that comes with that, a sense, a deep sense of security here, like financial security for a lot of you. But it's something, it's going to nourish your soul. It's going to give you a sense of fulfillment as well, a feeling that, your prayers are heard, that you do co-create with the universe, that your efforts have not been in vain. All the patience is paying off, that you've done good work. You've done what you needed to do. And, this period of waiting and trust that you've been in, just kind of, holding the line, so to speak, holding that vibration, that it's now, you're feeling the reverberation of that. You're going to see the results of that manifest for you. And we also have the death card. So this is really talking about, like with that sun energy, where it's going to change everything. Whatever this is that comes in, it changes everything for you. This definitely is a major breakthrough, a major accomplishment, a major time period that, this blessing that's coming in, it signals the end of an old way of being, an old lifestyle. Maybe even the, if you're an artist going from, there's the saying, the starving artist. You're ending that period of, that kind of doing without in order to feed your dream. And you're being born into this period of, you've made it. You are that. You are just that artist. You go from starving artist to artist, for example. Or, if it's literal children, then, that definitely, that's an end of, you go from, if you are, let's say you're a biological female having children, and this is speaking purely in archetypes, but you go from that energy of maiden into motherhood. That's a transitional period, regardless of age, but it's this period of kind of like before you have, given birth to a child, and then after. It marks these very distinct chapters or epochs in your life. That's this energy right here, that this blessing, in whatever form it is that it's coming in, it's definitely, it's turning a new leaf for you. It's a new chapter that you're embarking upon. It's something new and very profound, very permanent that occurs in your life through this blessing, but also with this death card here, because the death card, it's both the energy of endings, but also rebirth of beginning. So for this reading specifically, it's that energy of the beginning, that sun, that blessing that's coming in, the beginning of a beautiful new chapter for you is really, it's coming in fast for you. It's kind of like any day now that this is going to really, you're going to almost wake up one day and there it is. There's everything you've been working for. And we also have the strength. So this is again coming as a result of really having achieved that vibration of abundance, maintaining that abundance mindset, having maybe mastered the ego a bit, defeatist thoughts, imposter syndrome, lack mentality, kind of impatience, really trying to have things occur on your timeline, and you've surrendered into this place of trust, into this place of knowing that you've done everything you can do, and you just continue to water that dream, to feed that intention, that desire, and through this state of balance that you have achieved, the state of mastery, that is the fertile soil out of which this cornucopia of blessings is growing for you. And we also have the world. So yeah, this, again, that energy of, there's one way of life that is ending for you. But this is, the world card also signals then kind of like the death card, that new beginning. So this is really beautiful energy for you, group 2, of something that you've been wanting, you've been waiting for, you've been working toward, you've been putting out those intentions, saying those mantras, doing that work on yourself, keeping that dream alive, feeding that dream, kind of fighting defeatist thoughts. And, if it's like an artistic skill, because that's coming up strongly, you've really just been working hard, you've been honing your craft, you've been investing your time in it, just your resources, your energy, just everything in it. And you are, this blessing that's coming in is this end of the period of, just working towards something, and you're at that destination. You are through with, it's even almost like you're going from, the apprentice level to, the expert level. It's a change in that sense. It's a drastic change where there's some kind of mastery that has occurred. You're leveling up in a major sense that is, not, it's because of the energetic leveling up that you've done, that you've achieved, that you've cultivated, and that you've maintained, that is then exuded out into these other areas of your life, or this passion, this thing that you've wanted. This could even be like a childhood dream, something you've really been working working toward for a long time, something that, you know, just really at a deep soul level is kind of like everything that you want. And through the work that you've done, this, you know, this blessing is here for you. It's coming for you. It's like right on the horizon. You're kind of in that sort of like the pre-dawn stage, and the sun is rising over the horizon. So it's, you know, it will not be much longer now. It's already, you know, energetically, you can probably feel this kind of like shift or tingling in the energy around whatever this is. And that's just really an indication that, you know, you're about to start on a beautiful new chapter of your life that signals, again, the end of whatever, you know, state or stage you were in before. And this is the start of something new. And this abundance that's coming in, this blessing, it is just the beginning of many. It's just, you know, it's sort of the first fruits of the harvest. And through this experience of something that is long lasting, that is going to be nurturing, that is going to, you know, it's going to fill you more than just something momentarily or fleeting, but this is something very solid, something very grounded that you can really, you know, build upon, and that can sustain you, and that you can, you know, rely upon, that is a part of you going forward. This is something where, you know, it goes from just dream to reality. So let's get some guidance from Spirit about this for you, Group 2. This abundance energy that's coming in for you, this blessing of abundance. Okay, so we have transformation. So yeah, this is, you know, everything's about to change for you. In a very good way, your life is about to really shift. The ideas that you have about yourself, your role in, you know, society, your view of yourself even, and, you know, this dream and the efforts you've put in, it's about to shift. It's about to transform the way people look at you. Maybe people have not really understand this dream that you've been working toward, that you've been, you know, toiling toward, that you've been waiting on, this kind of vision you've been holding. But all of that is about to shift. Other people are even going to see the fruits of your hard work, and your life is, you know, it is about to shift and transform in a beautiful way. Okay, we've also got expansion. So again, this transformation, this expansion of your life, an expansion of your finances, of your abundance, of your success. If this is something you've been working toward, you know, this is that energy of getting noticed, getting discovered, being recognized. An expansion also in, you know, your ideas of how co-creating with the universe works. An expansion of, you know, your views of what is, you know, meant for you in this lifetime. An expansion of, I feel that this is even going to be, you know, this blessing, this reward that comes in, this abundance is going to be greater than you imagined. It's going to really expand. It's going to be beyond what your imaginings were. And we also have soul love. So yeah, this is something this is a dream you've been holding on to, maybe a childhood dream, a longing, something you've always wanted to do or be, and you are about to get that fulfillment of that. This can also be that, you know, that partner, for some of you, that romantic partner that is the, you know, that is the life partner, that is your spouse, that is the person that you are, you know, to have children with, to build that legacy with, that, you know, genetic legacy, that family line with. And so this can be confirmation, for those of you that this resonates with, that, you know, this is that soul love that is about to come in, that is about to transform your ideas of, you know, love, or what's possible for you in that sense. It's about to expand your perceptions of, you know, the depth of love that can be experienced between two people as well. So I'm going to get a closing message from Spirit for you, Group 2, about this very beautiful energy. Okay, and we have the Black Madonna, Our Lady of the Hermits. I transform pain and suffering into a greater capacity to love. So that is beautiful energy. That's a beautiful message here in closing for you, group 2. And, you know, again, this period of transformation, all of this effort, doing without, this sacrifice that you have done to really feed this dream, feed into this, to hold that vision, hold that goal, hold that vibration, transform your mindset, transform your life. You know, make yourself energetically and physically a vessel of receptivity for this abundance to come in for you. This is something where Spirit is really applauding you. They are saying here that you have achieved that, you have accomplished that. You are on this precipice of transforming that, you know, that pain and that toil and, you know, believing in something and working towards something while you can't, you know, see the results, you know, kind of working in the dark, not knowing when and if that's going to come, and just operating in this space of trust that it is paying off. And, you know, you're this love energy, this love of self, this, you know, very tangible, just feeling of abundance and bliss is about to expand for you. It's going to expand your capacity to experience abundance, to, you know, co-create your understanding of co-creation with the universe, and that it's something that, you know, you've done that inner work. You've really achieved that. You have become that which you want to attract into your life. And so in closing, Spirit just wants you to keep holding that, keep holding the line, keep holding that vision, because it's here. That fruit is on the vine, it's ripening. And like any day now, kind of, it's just going to really explode into something that, you know, is very filling, very nurturing, very nourishing for you. It's something which, you know, it's this reward and this bounty, this blessing, this abundance. It's going to give you a lot of satisfaction, which then is going to help you in turn to really share that and spread that to others, that love, that belief, that hope, that feeling of satisfaction. So beautiful new chapter that is kind of right on the precipice of this energy of any day now, really exploding and, you know, enhancing your quality of life, your, you know, view of yourself, your self-esteem, your view of your you know, your talent, your potential, your capacity, and others seeing that as well. And that whatever this is, it really, you know, you have done excellent work to really transform your corner of the world, to make the world in your own way a better place in which you have found it. So Spirit is definitely applauding you for that, and, you know, you're about to be rewarded for that effort. So those are your messages, group 2. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer them through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I also sell handmade jewelry and some divination tools in my Etsy shop if you're interested in checking those out as well. So I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, Group 3. You chose the Raspberry Aura Quartz. So I'm going to put that right up here. And we'll start with the Oracle cards to see what blessings are headed your way. We've got Retreat, the Thinking Woman, Focus on the Light, and Sacred Earth Mother, a message of love. So I'm picking up for you, Group 3, that somebody's going to reach out with some communication for you. This could be somebody that you have had a fight with, you've been in no contact with, in a period of separation from. There have been some hurt feelings, some misunderstandings. You might have left things on kind of a sour note, or, you know, it's something where kind of the disappointment from what happened between you and this person, or you've been kind of feeling acutely the loss of this person in your life. It's been something which, you know, this person's been on your mind a lot. The situation that happened, the words that were exchanged, or the last time you saw this person. It's been something that's been weighing very heavily upon both of you, no matter how much time has passed. It has been something that, you know, has always kind of lingered there as kind of like a loose end, or something, you know, maybe you wish you had said something different, behaved differently, talk things out instead of just reacting, you know, responding versus reacting, for example. And so I feel that you're going to get this person, someone's going to reach out. There's going to be a message from afar that is really going to be very loving in nature. It can be an apology for a lot of you. This can be something where, you know, somebody expresses that, you know, they miss you, but not just kind of just to get a way back in, but, you know, some genuine heartfelt communication, where some deep kind of thinking and introspection has taken place, that in this period of separation, some kind of clarity has occurred, or, you know, somebody just really taking accountability for their actions, or having done some kind of growth, being very humbled by the experience, or other things in their life having humbled them. That this person, when they come forward, it feels like it's a very drastic change from the energy that they were embodying previously when you were dealing with them. Kind of their worldview, or the way that, you know, they were viewing you or viewing the relationship. That something has really changed. They've really reflected on things. They've come to some, you know, conclusions, some epiphanies, had a change of heart about things. And that they're really taking ownership for their part in things, and, you know, a very genuine communication about wanting to, you know, fix things between the both of you, smooth things out, to really shift the energy into a more positive and kind of light-hearted direction from where it may have been kind of heavy and stuck previously. So this is something where you could have been waiting for this kind of, you know, you may have moved on in your life, but in some way this has stayed with you, this has stuck with you, where, you know, maybe you were hoping for an apology, wanting that apology, wanting this person to reach out, wanting to mend things with this person, wanting another chance with this person, and that this person also has wanted that as well. And so for a lot of you, this can definitely very much be some kind of a communication. I feel that it's not even going to be in the sense of just a quick little hello text, but something like a substantial, like a letter could come in the mail, or an email, something very long and very thought out. This person could even call you, and you have like a long conversation with this person, or you get, you know, this person reaches out to you asking if you want to get together. And then when you get together, you know, it's very much heart-to-heart conversation energy here, where a lot of, you know, healing takes place in what is discussed. There's a depth of communication here where there might not have been a depth of communication before, or again, just some kind of misunderstanding, fight, harsh words, miscommunication, misunderstandings that could have occurred before that really caused you both to go into separation, to, you know, kind of move in opposite directions from each other, to break up. So this could be in a romantic sense, or this could also be a friend or a family member, somebody that you've, you know, had kind of a rift with. You've been at odds with, possibly for quite some time. There could have been a lot of, you know, time where you've had to just think about this, where it's always been something that kind of stuck with you and was kind of sour, something that you regret, something you wish that, you know, could be changed. It's something, you know, you could shift that energy. You miss having that person around. You miss having that person in your life. And so I'm getting that, you know, for a lot of you, again, friend, family, or somebody of a romantic nature reaches out, that there is, you know, where there may have been kind of denial before, or, you know, people operating from kind of a distorted or wounded perspective on both parts, that there's been some deep evolution that has taken place, and kind of like both parties have seen the light, are really taking ownership of their role in what happened in the situation, and that both people are very committed to doing better, to shifting things, to really working on this connection, having seen the value of each other, really felt that void of not having each other in your lives, and that it's very mutual, and a very welcome communication that comes in. A long time coming, very heartfelt, not just like this passionate, quick, you know, in kind of energy, or trying to like open the door and, you know, not talk about what happened in the past and just act it as if it never happened and just, you know, kind of ignore that. But really getting to the root of things, really discussing what had happened, discussing, you know, kind of the aftermath of that, the lessons learned, the things reflected on, and really through this conversation, or, you know, somebody reaching out that then leads to an encounter with this person where you have that opportunity to really speak what's on your heart, what's on your mind, what you've been thinking, what you've been feeling in this period of separation, in this period of silence, that it breathes new life into this. There's hope. Like with that sunflower on this card here, I'm really drawn to the sun card in tarot, where, you know, it's this energy of joy. It's this energy of harmony, of blessing, of new beginning, of, you know, just kind of a very wondrous period. So I'm feeling that this isn't communication in the sense of to create some closure. I feel it does close up some wounds that have been lingering, some things left unsaid, things, you know, energy that was kind of imbalanced that needed to have that resolution. But this does signal the beginning of a beautiful chapter, a new beginning, an uplifted period in this connection, a strengthening of your connection with this person, and a deeper appreciation on both your parts for, you know, the space that you were operating in before, and the growth that has taken place, the evolution that has taken place, and just this almost like a second chance, or, you know, whatever number of chance this is, or just an opportunity to kind of with fresh eyes and with real commitment to work on this partnership, that somehow something has changed, and, you know, where you know, the person might have been taking this relationship for granted, or you might have taken them for granted, that there's this deep appreciation for one another, and this commitment to really work to, you know, elevating this connection, and, you know, preserving this connection then going forward. So let's get some tarot to clarify this for you, group 3. This communication, this conversation that comes in, what is this gonna look like? What's the energy of this person coming? Okay, so we have the star. Yeah, so this restores a lot of hope, a lot of hope in this person. It restores a lot of hope in the possibility of a future with this person, a future of the relationship between the both of you, whether this is friend, family, or romance. that this is something where I feel both of you have really been wanting that opportunity to have this conversation. You've been wishing for that opportunity to, apologize or to really talk things through. And that again, after this period of, of darkness between the both of you, of silence, of, maybe just being very kind of resentful or, hurt by what had happened in the past, really thinking over things, that there has been some kind of evolution that has taken place, that, the star, that comes after the tower in tarot, which is, the destruction, it's the breaking down, that's the humbling. That's the divine intervention. And then we have the star where you emerge, and there's hope with that. There's illumination with that. It's something where it's a chance. It's coming out of that. It's previous maybe things that grudges that were being held, kind of the heart sort of softening, kind of releasing resentment, releasing bitterness, releasing hurt and pain. And then there's this light to kind of move toward, this to follow, to follow that down the path of communicating with this person, like with all this water here, just really heart-to-heart conversations, discussing your feelings, discussing your emotions, and kind of navigating by the stars, following that energy where it's going. Really, this person and you just hearing each other out, hearing each other's perspectives in this, following that train of thought, listening to each other's journey, really taking in what is said as far as the epiphanies that have been reached, the behavior that has changed, the ways in which you have changed, your perspectives, your values have changed, and that this is something that, by navigating through that, by really, following the train of this conversation, this interaction, the things that need to be cleared up, the air that needs to be cleared between the both of you, you can then navigate your way through this block or this difficult period, this period of silence, this period of disagreement, of conflict, of strife, to really be able to navigate your way to kind of a new opportunity with each other, a fresh beginning with each other. And we have the Hierophant. So this can be a sign that this is somebody you were married to, or somebody that you saw as marriage material, somebody that, you had a deep and solid commitment with from the past, that could be returning to you with, this message of love, this message of changed behavior, of having really realized some things, having been humbled, wanting to really work on this. This can also indicate that, when this conversation takes place, that it gets you both on track to that. You navigate your way to really having that solid foundation with each other, to, maybe strengthening the bond between the both of you in order to move toward that long-term partnership, that life partnership, that marriage, if that's something that resonates with you. But I feel that this is also really talking, because the Hierophant talks about like established kind of like structures and patterns, kind of, and like the way things are. It can be, even kind of religious factors. So maybe this person has also undergone some kind of spiritual awakening, or there's just been a shift in the rigidity of, the way that they were thinking about things. Maybe they were just being very, very stubborn and just very held to their conviction, held to their point, not wanting to see things from your perspective. And that can be vice versa, where you were both very much, firm in your beliefs of, being right and unwilling to compromise, but that something crumbles with that. There's this willingness to see this from another person's perspective, that the communication that takes place, it is that blessing, because it shifts that perspective. It kind of sheds light on some of the motivations, some of the belief systems this person might have been operating from before that caused this disagreement between the both of you. Or, this is something which it kind of shakes up, but at the same time lays a foundation of creating something better between the both of you. And we also have Judgment. So this is definitely, this reawakening, a reawakening of the connection between the both of you. Somebody that this could have been a long time ago. You could have been in long-standing no contact, no communication with this person. The relationship could have felt very dead and buried. Something that, you've kind of just been holding on to this kind of, feeling like you never would get that apology, you'd never get that explanation, there never would be this opportunity to really start fresh with this person, or that they would never see things from your perspective, they would never change, maybe that they were just so fixed in their ways, so just like stubborn and sure of themselves. But this is indicating that this person is really at a change of heart. They've had an epiphany, they've seen that light, in some way they've been humbled, things have come into perspective for them, and maybe the views or their point of view that they were holding on to so strongly previously, that has shifted. Something has been made clear to them, and they have been very compelled and are being very compelled to reach out, make that communication, smooth things out between the both of you, bring that apology, create that resolution on what is just almost like an unfinished sentence between the both of you, a loose end, something unresolved, something that's just been kind of festering in the background or beneath the surface. And we also have the Ten of Wands. So again, this can talk about a long time coming. This can be something that, you've held on to this, whatever it is that occurred, for a while between you and this person. And that this is really going to serve to, again, kind of unburden both of you. Excuse me. Unburden both of you. So, I got that little tickle in my throat. So this is definitely things that need to be said. Excuse me. Let me get some water here. There's things that somebody really needs to say to you that they really, it's going to be a deep outpouring. It's going to be perhaps a level of communication you never had with this person, self-awareness that they've come to that you never really thought they could or that they would. It's almost like a conversation you wanted to take place, or an apology that you wanted that you just never expected would happen. You never expected to hear from this person again. You never thought that they would see things from your perspective, that they would, change their ways. Maybe they were very stubborn, very held to a certain belief system or a way of being in the world. A dynamic between the both of you, some kind of power dynamic, or, the nature of your relationship. And that this is something which you've carried with you, this idea that, you just would have to hold on to that frustration or that sense of loss or that sense of hurt or disappointment, that you were just kind of going through your life and that's been with you. But that this is indicating that this blessing that's coming in the form of this conversation with this person reaching out, and that deep heartfelt communication, that it really helps to alleviate that burden. It's something where you can put that burden down. It's very healing. It's very cathartic. And it's something which, you, again, did not see coming. You never thought would come. And you've just carried kind of the lingering aftermath, the energy of this last maybe contact with this person, the last interaction, the fight, the disagreement, whatever it is that drove you both apart, it is stuck with you. But that through this coming in, you're able to then unshoulder that. You're able to put that down on both of your parts, that this is something you've both been, it's been very heavy. It's lingered with you. It's something that you both, to varying degrees, have been very upset about, very unhappy with how things played out. And you've just been carrying this through time with you. And we have the Ace of Cups. So yeah, that's that energy, like here, the message of love. There's that message of love, that offering of love, that olive branch, really wanting to open those lines of communication and really letting love lead the way in this case. That this is not motivated, this could be in a romantic sense, that there's passion, there's attraction here, but that's not what's kind of motivating this communication, that this is deep emotional love. This is soul love. This is it goes beyond the physical, is what is motivating this communication. It's underlying this communication. It's the nature of this communication. It's not just somebody trying to, get back in a physical connection with you, for example, but this is somebody who, has become aware of the deep love that they hold for you. the place that you still occupy in their heart, and that, you know, they want to give you that emotional offering, that apology, that offer of love, that, you know, any kind of regret, they're owning their part in whatever took place. And it's something that, you know, I feel that there's going to be a very mutual exchange between the both of you really, you know, owning up to the role that you played in whatever took place, and really acknowledging that, you know, that persistent love that has been there, this desire on both your parts to really correct things, to change the situation between you, to, you know, kind of get that love flowing again between you where things might have been very stuck or kind of blocked off. And we also have the Ace of Pentacles. So this is really talking to, again, some kind of a letter maybe that comes, an email, a phone call, some kind of, again, like even a text, just to, you know, kind of open that door. But, you know, that really the blessing here, the meat of this is in, you know, getting together with this person, really hearing this person, really having that dialogue with this person, that, you know, it's very sincere what they give you. They are pouring out their heart. There's a lot of honesty here. There's a lot of, you know, reflection that has taken place, epiphanies, a humbling, and almost like an ascension then. This person isn't coming from a defeated place. They are coming from a place of being very self-aware of their role in things, of, you know, maybe they've taken inventory of patterns in their life. They've self-corrected in a lot of ways, that the rift between the both of you has really, it's been burdensome, and it's something which now at this point in time, through, you know, divine intervention almost, that, you know, this feels very like miraculous, like a miraculous shift or change in this person, that, and in the energy between the both of you, where again, you never thought maybe you'd get this apology, you'd hear from this person again. You never thought that there was a way to come back from whatever occurred, from wherever you left things with this person. But this blessing coming in for you, group 3, is definitely, this is really indicating that it's in the sense of, you know, offering that cup of love, wanting to, you know, create a new foundation with you in some capacity, whether that's, you know, starting the friendship off again on a better foot, coming back together as family, or a romantic partner, really wanting to, you know, start things fresh with you, having seen the light, knowing how much they value you, how much they miss you, becoming aware of the importance of you to them, deep soulmate energy here, you know, even twin flame energy, in the sense of, you know, coming to that point of 3D union perhaps. So in some way, shape, or form, though, this definitely is, it's a blessing in the sense of, you know, this opportunity to really resolve some of those unresolved things, to address that elephant in the room, that thing that you've been carrying around, that pain, that loss, that hurt, that regret even. Maybe you're the one that owes apologies, and here's this opportunity then. This person is, you know, open and willing to communicate, where they might have been kind of like closed off or shut off to that before. And so you both are able to really talk about the things that you've learned since this took place, the ways that you've grown, the ways that you appreciate the respect that you have for one another, the love, the deep love that hasn't gone anywhere on either of your parts throughout this separation, silence, or difficulty between the both of you. And it's this love which is really motivating. It's leading the way. It's underlying all of this. And that there's really a beautiful, beautiful opportunity to build a solid foundation, to really rebuild this relationship with this person. So let's get some kind of like guidance from spirit about this communication, this message, this interaction, this heart-to-heart conversation with this person for you, group 3. It's like a blessing, someone you never thought you'd hear from. You never thought that they would, you know, see the light, that they would see things from your way, or that they would be open to communicating again. And, you know, there they are. Here they are. They're here wanting to talk and come from a, you know, not a defensive perspective, but a very open and, again, self-aware, very humbled and healed perspective. Okay, so we have create space. Yeah, so this is that energy of, putting that burden down. Really, this conversation, this interaction with this person, this message of love that they give you, it opens up the energy between the both of you. It really helps to unburden both of you. This energy of kind of regret or hurt or loss that you've been feeling based on the void of each other in one another's lives, the hurt that's been kind of carried around, that's kind of just been stuck, that's just been lingering energetically. This comes as a blessing because it really opens you both up to, both freeing yourselves from the lingering kind of disappointments and pain, but then it also creates a space for this new beginning with this person. It creates the space within the relationship to really start afresh, to build on a better foot, to build a better foundation with each other. And we have manifestation. So this is something where, you could have definitely for a while been wanting this opportunity, thinking that you would never hear from this person, but really, hoping for that chance, hoping for that opportunity. And so this is, spirit letting you know that you're manifesting this opportunity, this blessing to come in. That this is something which, again, when this takes place, this heart-to-heart conversation, this, really, each person owning up to their role and what happened in the past, that it creates that foundation for that, creating a new beginning with each other, manifesting a better energy, a better connection between the both of you. And we have soulcraft. So this is really talking about, this soulmate energy, that on a soul-to-soul level, you both will be communicating when this takes place, that, the ego will not be present. You both in some way have transcended the ego. You've really taken ownership of your role in what happened. You've done some personal inventory, some personal growth, some expansion, and that on some level, whether this is friend, family, or a romantic partner, that this is a soulmate, that, there's a reason that you've both incarnated to and had this experience to teach each other these lessons of going within and, being very honest, doing some self-healing, some self-mastery, some self-correction. And that, you're coming back together as two, healed individuals, as two ascended individuals. And what remains is kind of the lingering, the ethers of this experience of the past, kind of this ghost of the past, of the last time you interacted, the fight that happened, the disagreement, the hurtful words, the conflict that put you both at odds and, kind of drove you both away from each other in opposite directions in order to go within, to heal and to grow. And so when this person reaches out and, opens that line of communication, gives you that very, heartfelt communication, you have that heart-to-heart discussion, you really talk about everything that happened, everything you learned and discovered in the ways in which you've grown. Excuse me. Deep conversation energy here. This person definitely has a lot to say. Very profound. They're very urgent about wanting to come in. I feel that this will come very quickly for you, group 3. You could hear from this person any day. Very surprising that they just kind of emerge out of nowhere. And the level of self-awareness that they come to you with, the clarity and depth of what they want to talk about things in regards to, their reflections on what happened, them taking ownership, you taking ownership, all of that. It's, it clears a lot of the air between the both of you. It creates this space to, build a new beginning with this person, build upon the relationship, rebuild the friendship, rebuild the family connection, rebuild the romance. So it's a beautiful new opportunity, a new beginning from an elevated place. And I feel that, whatever happened, it was necessary because, the relationship between you and this person dissolved in the first place in order for you to, through divine orchestration, because you both were supposed to kind of go off and learn some things, do some healing, do some evolution. And that this is now the opportunity to come back together and to really build that concrete, that solid bond with a deep appreciation for one another, having, learned some lessons, gone through some growth, done some healing, acquired some better tools of, interacting with one another, of kind of appreciating one another, that now is this opportunity to build that lasting relationship, that your relationship is strengthened by what you've been through, the process that has taken place, and that when this message comes in, when this communication happens, when you interact with this person, that it's something where, you both will appreciate even more. You'll appreciate each other, and you will come to see how ultimately your relationship is strengthened by what you've been through, by the conflict, by the self-reflection, the growth, and then this coming back together to, again, open up, be very vulnerable with one another, be very honest with one another, to forgive and be forgiven. And from that place, you were able to really build a very beautiful and solid and meaningful connection with each other, deeper perhaps than the way in which you were connected before, which will be, a blessing to both of you, both to have this opportunity to really, speak these truths, to kind of unshoulder this very kind of stuck or heavy energy from one another. But then it's also very much a blessing in terms of, this feeling of longing, this feeling of really missing this person, of, feelings of regret or wanting to have another chance with this person, that this is the chance. And this is in fact the time when you are best equipped to come together and, again, build a very solid and lasting and mutually beneficial and healthy relationship with one another. So I'm going to close this reading for you, group 3, with kind of some final advice from Spirit about this. Okay, so we have Brigid, the goddess of the eternal flame. I am an eternal flame, and each day my light grows brighter. So that is a beautiful closing message for you, group 3. This can definitely, with that reference to flame, this can resonate as a twin flame that is coming back to offer you that message of love, that, having done that growth and that healing, somebody you might have been in no contact with for quite some time, and that some kind of evolution has taken place, that, the light between you, the spark between you, it never died. It might have just been an ember. It could have been something that, lingered. But that you both have, triggered each other onto this journey of self-love and healing and growth and ascension, and that the time is right now to reignite that flame between the both of you. And, after this takes place, this conversation, this interaction, it's something where, you're both going to be very aware of how, divine timing is never wrong, and whatever occurred in the past, as much as you might have thought that was the time for you two to be together, and it was very painful, what took place, that it will become apparent that in fact you are being, all of this that has taken place has prepared you for this moment now, because the versions of yourself that you have grown into, that you've stepped into, that you've surrendered previous mindsets or versions of self in order to really blossom into this fullness, this authenticity of your being. All of this that took place, all of that, that pain and the tears and, the different emotions, the loss and the feeling of longing, and the feeling of, then having to, kind of disconnect from that and go within and really focus on nurturing and cultivating self, stepping into that empowerment, into that best version of self, creating that balance within self, that you both have done this and you both have achieved that level of self-mastery to where now is the time. All of that was preparing you for this moment now, where you are, capable, you are equipped, you are, you've healed a lot of things, you've transcended a lot of things, you've opened up to that authenticity within self, so that, in a 3D union sense, even if it's just you two come back together, as friends, and it's just a deep, depending on your circumstances, this might be something where, even if it's a friend or, you know, like a family member, something where, you know, the journey that took place in this period of separation, it was all in preparation for this point now where, you know, this relationship, then, you know, you come back together, you value yourselves more, you value each other more because of that absence, both the absence of, you know, when you were not honoring yourself, maybe in the ways you compromised for other people, or, you know, didn't advocate for yourself, or didn't make the best choices for yourself, the way you weren't honoring the other person by respecting their boundaries or appreciating them, you know, just depending on the circumstances, that, you know, you both have stepped into this place of really valuing yourself and are now capable of truly valuing that other person. And that all of this will make sense as, again, preparation for this moment now, that, you know, the strength of the relationship that you are now going to build upon, the place where you both are at, this is where this relationship is going to shine the brightest. This is the moment that you were preparing for. And so it's a beautiful energy that, you know, again, in terms of if it's a friend, if it's a family member, a romantic partner, a twin flame that's coming back around, that this is some very beautiful energy of, you know, healing and really alleviating some long-standing, excuse me. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of conversation between you and this person, deep heart-to-heart conversation of things that have just kind of been kept inside for a while, that are just, you know, things you really want to say to each other, conclusions you've come to, epiphanies that you've come to, a deep valuing of one another, perhaps for the first time, and definitely in a very profound and, you know, beautifully soul-oriented way. So those are your messages, group 3. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer them through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I also sell handmade jewelry and some divination tools in my Etsy shop if you're interested in checking those out as well. So I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well.